Well, we made it back. Look at that. Managed to do it 2 days in a row. What a wacky affair. I switched back from... The last episode used OBS, which made it kind of compressed and fuzzy and gross, and I don't like that. I want as much sharpness and image quality as I can. As I can get, I guess. So I switched back to the built-in software for my capture card, and it looks like it's a lot better, so shout out to that, I guess. We're gonna keep running through some story missions. It is the next day, actually. I'm not recording it directly after, even though I was surprised to find the game picked up directly from where I laid camp, but I digress. I mentioned in the description of the last video, but now that I'm mentioning it here in audio, I'll probably remove it, that I'm using the same old microphone that I did for the first few episodes. Not out of nostalgia, because certainly production is something that can be upgraded, even if you go back to do the same thing, but, something going on here? Okay. Well, anyway, I haven't changed my microphone, because even though I do have a better one, and it's still not even a genuine microphone with like a preamp and everything, it's just a newer headset with a therefore newer microphone. The only way I can play an Xbox game, and hear it while recording or streaming or whatever is to use this old headset. So that's unfortunate that I can't use a better microphone. As such, I haven't really customized the threshold or attenuation for the microphone settings on the software, but I'm trusting the default settings. A little test recording seemed to work pretty well, so we're just gonna roll with it.
And I can tell you with no uncertainty that miracle cures are no laughing matter. I bid you good day, sir. Oh, Mr. Marston, good to see you. How have you been keeping?
I'm well, Mr.
Mr. West Dickens. Nigel West Dickens of East Cheap, London, New Waverly, New York, and Armadillo, New Austin. At your service.
At my service.
At everyone's service. At the service of science, of knowledge, of life.
How are your wounds?
Much, much better. But then they would be.
Would be.
I know a cure for all ailments, Mr. Marston.
Ah, I'm sure you do. And I'm sure for just $2 an ounce, I could live forever.
Oh, but for you, sir, I do a bulk discount rate of $1.95 an ounce, as long as you buy 100 ounces or more. That's a lot of immortality.
Give it up, old man.
That's Mr. West Dickens to you, boy.
Give it up, old man.
Listen, Marston, I'm broke, but this stuff is good. It works. I need a healthy young man like you. Come along, and let's ride over to my newest customer at Ridgewood, and I'll explain while we go.
Okay.
All right, John, let us make haste for Ridgewood Farm.
Roger Dodger. During these cutscenes, I always get introspective and think about things I want to bring up, but then we're in the middle of a story mission, and it's like, well, I don't want to shit all over the story mission, do I?
Hoodwinking the weak, gullible out of their hard-earned money.
My dear boy, it is you who is gullible, if I may be so bold, for heeding such ill-informed
You're
scuttlebutt.
as full of wind as a horse with the collar.
I have been blessed with the gift of language, and for that I will not apologize. But the West Dickens elixirs speak for themselves. My thousands of happy customers attest to that.
Those men trying to kill you didn't look so happy.
If my tonic is such a sham, how do you explain the fine fettle in which you find me? Last time you saw me, I was knocking at death's door.
You should thank the doctor for that. I reckon you were acting it up worse than it was.
Act I can, John. A more convincing Othello there has never been. And so shall you, a fair Iago or Cassio make.
I don't like the sound of it.
Oops.
Get on the road! They're going to destroy the merchandise! Get back on the road! We'll have nothing left by the time we get to Ridgewood!
My mistake.
The flourish, the borrow. We are operating.
But that Othello, Iago, and Cassio, I think, reference he just said. I'm pretty sure that's an opera reference, and I don't want to talk myself up, but when I was in middle school and high school, my grandpa would take me out to an opera like every 2 or 3 months, so I've seen maybe like a dozen operas, and that's pretty cool. I don't know. I genuinely hope I'm not talking out of my ass. I think I'm gonna look that up at the next cutscene. Nah, you know what? I don't want to fuck with the recording.
You hop out here, John. Follow me in on foot. See you shortly, and remember, showmanship.
The very thing I was thinking of in the cutscenes was how my own interjections and talking about the meta itself of the Let's Play, like I just did last episode, are technically ruining the intention to make this story-focused. So it's kind of like a self-defeating meta paradox or some bullshit like that. So I guess at this point, the Let's Play just serves as my own archiving of my replay of the game. So it's very, very strange how that's all worked out, I suppose. But I can laugh at it in the future and remember that time I used the wrong recording software and everything looked all compressed and fuzzy and shit, and etc., etc.
I didn't know that. Friends, hard-working souls of Cholla Springs, gather round, gather round. Do you suffer from rheumatism, lumbago, acute chronic sciatic, neurologic or inflammatory pain? Well, I represent the only company that makes the genuine article that cures headaches, neuralgia, earache, toothaches, backache, swelling, sprains, sore chests, swelling of the throats, contracted cords and muscles, anxieties and ravaged nerves, stiff joints, wrenches, dislocations, cuts and bruises, and it adds vitality and vigor to the healthy man.
But can you prove it, old man?
Oh, I'm sure there's some customer here who could prove the qualities of it by taking a drink right now. You, sir, come up here. Step right up.
That's the spirit. Ladies and gentlemen, pay close attention. This poor, wretched volunteer, entirely unknown to me, will demonstrate the effects of Dr. West Dickens' own patent tonic. Be you a cowpoke or athlete, this miraculous elixir developed with the wisdom of the East keeps the muscles supple and relaxes the cords. It loosens the joints and gives a feeling of youth and vigor to the whole system. Not possible, I hear you say. Well, doubt no longer. Faith can move mountains, but I ask not for faith. I am a man of science, and today science will be vindicated. Your eyesight is greatly improved. Is that not so, friend?
If you say so.
That's right, it is. You heard him. What a good sport you are, sir. Now, gaze over yonder at that porch. If you squint, you may just be able to make out the skull that's hanging there. Go ahead, friend. Shoot that skull and demonstrate the miraculous eyesight you now possess. Remarkable! The eyesight of an eagle, granted by imbibing Dr. West Dickens' own patent tonic.
Anybody can make that shot. This man is a fraud. If your eye's so damn sharp, why don't you try shooting my hat out of the air?
My friends, our test case has been challenged to shoot a gentleman's hat out of the sky above our heads.
You can fool these people, but you ain't fooling me. Right. Let's just see how sharp you is with a moving target.
Get ready to shoot that hat.
See? That tonic is a
Have you ever seen such an eye? Behold the power of the elixir, plucked out of the sky.
Hey! Hey! What? You think you can put a hole in a man's hat and just walk away, do you? Hey, it don't work like that around here, mister. Come on! Are you a man or not?
A challenge of battle has been offered to our volunteer. Look at him! The tonic is coursing through his veins!
Now I'm angry!
Just look at the strength the tonic has afforded him! There it is! Skeptics and dissenters! Irrefutable proof! Do not let this opportunity pass you by!
Look, he's over there. Go get him.
This ends now!
Watch out! He's got a gun!
Who the hell do you think you are? You ain't leaving here alive!
Marvelous shot, dear boy! The kind of deadly accuracy that can only be afforded by the West Dickens elixir. Come, I have plenty for all.
You'll be fine. Get out of my way.
Hey! Where are you going?
I want a bottle. Get me a bottle, please. One of them, right here.
No harm in trying one bottle, I suppose.
Well, I think that went kind of well, don't you?
I'm just glad that my normal job involves either chasing after cattle or murderers. Not the likes of you, mister.
Don't be like that.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'd like to say my goodbyes, head on back to the real world.
Wait, sir. I've been thinking about your predicament, and I think I may have an idea. I've been thinking I could be your cunning Odysseus. Beware of the Greeks bearing gifts, sir. Williamson had better beware. We will make them into Trojans.
I don't rightly get you.
I want you to go and see my old friend Seth. He can come across as a little curious, but I'm sure you two will get on. He's most often found at Coots Chapel. He's very devout.
Why see him?
Because between him and me, we can get those gates to open for you, and you can walk right in, just like in Homer's great Trojan yarn!
All right. Othello is a tragedy by William Shakespeare, believed to have been written in 1603. It is based on the story Un Capitano Moro by Cinthio, a disciple of Boccaccio, first published in 1565. Yeah, oh, okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, I don't know. That mission's a bit of a goof. I do actually kind of remember it. What is this? What's this mission? What the hell's going on here? Horse breaking job. No, thank you. Not interested right now. Hello, doggy. One of the things I've thought about in my time away has been games, just games. Yeah, I've been thinking about games. No, I've been thinking about how you can better, translate games into, watchable experiences, because we're going to go for the Bonnie mission just because it's been around for a while, so we should get around to it. I'm going to take my time here, going over here, but because you have people that will cut up, all the cutscenes of a game and then be like, boom, it's blah, 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 the movie, but obviously a lot of games, like, best moments are in the gameplay, obviously. And while it would technically always be impossible to make gameplay playable on, like, a video platform like YouTube, I think at the very least you could try to play the game in a cinematic manner and then cut together the gameplay with the cutscenes to make it viewable. So there's a guy called Kefka Productions that kind of does that with the Metal Gear series, and like of all the series that really needs like elaborate movies made for it, that is definitely it. So shout out to him, he's fucking great. But I always thought that would be cool to do for Call of Duty, actually, because I've played almost every Call of Duty game. The only ones I haven't played, at least the only main ones I haven't played are 1 and 3, but there's a lot of cool set pieces and moments in-game that you wouldn't really be able to capture if you just cut together like the beginning and ending of every mission, so to speak. So that's something I've thought about. Another thing I've thought about is the Telltale games, the episodic walk around and make decision simulators. I've only ever played the first episode of The Walking Dead, and people probably chastise me for that, but I didn't really enjoy it. I'm more of a gameplay guy, but anyway, I thought it'd be really cool, and someone totally could make a series of videos and make not just The Walking Dead, but the Telltale games in general, playable from YouTube by popping up every single decision as like a new branch. And you could start like the episode as like a public video and then make the rest of them unlisted. I think that'd be really cool, and it'd be just a shitload of work, that's for sure, but you could do it. I think that's ultimately the thing that's important to me, is that you can do that. It is possible. But I'm talking, because there's so many branching things you can do, like you can say this thing and they'll remember that, and if you, like, you know, half an hour later they'll be like, oh, you said this, but that conflicts with this detail. You'd have to make so many branching paths, and trying to just keep track of all that before even uploading would be such a goddamn nuisance, and especially since annotations don't really work the same way anymore. Well, annotations just flat out don't exist anymore. There's just cards, and I haven't messed with cards to know if... Oh god, what's going on out here? Oh, somebody's running. What's going on? Oh, he's running from these coyotes? Yeah, I don't know. Telltale games as YouTube videos would be cool. I haven't messed with they're not annotations anymore. I haven't messed with cards to see if cards are like useful enough, because you can link at least 2 videos, maybe more, but then you could, at every single choice intersection, you could just make a series of cards and link all those videos that way. That's something I've thought about a lot, but it would be a fuckload of work. And the same thing with Call of Duty. I have no skills with video editing, as I mentioned in the last episode, so I always thought it'd be cool to fire up a Call of Duty game on PC, learn like a section really, really well, like between checkpoints, turn the HUD off, you know, play it without getting shot, like at all if possible, in a very competent manner, and then just edit like the chunks together like a segmented speedrun, I suppose. So then at the end of the day you could have your 6-hour Call of Duty 2 movie, for example. And you could you just basically have a well-edited, enjoyable action movie from every like cool game that's come out with action in it, essentially. And I would play it on PC for the best graphics, obviously, but I would probably actually do the play with a controller, because what I love about controllers is that you can do these nice like sweeping pans that are nice and slow that you can't really get with a mouse and keyboard. So I did a lot of those in the first episode of the Red Dead Redemption Let's Play, just because I wanted to really, really sell the cinematic feel of the game in that first chunk of it, but not so much anymore, just because my brain in 3 years' time. I've been playing games since I was a kid, and now I'm like hyper efficient about things, so I just try to rush through. But I was thinking about that earlier, but I can't remember exactly why I was going to bring that up. But yeah. Let's go see what's up with Bonnie. Oh, and before the clock tells me, you can't do this mission yet. You gotta come back later. That'd be a shame. At this point, the whole fucking Let's Play, outside of story missions, is just going to be filled with introspective monologuing. And I don't know who's really signed up for that, especially because, ideally, my own consumption of Let's Plays, which I didn't watch very many Let's Plays, but it would be like, hey, I want to watch a Let's Play of this game to see what the gameplay's like, etc. So, assuming other people do the same thing, they're going to be like, hey, let's watch somebody play Red Dead Redemption, and not like any popular YouTuber, I guess, because you'd have to sift through a lot of people who have played it that are popular in order to find my channel, probably, but, you know, they probably didn't sign up for a bunch of stupid bullshit from the guy playing, right? They just wanted to see the game in action, so just digging the hole deeper, essentially.
Hey, miss. I got most of the horses secure and the chicken.
Well, thank you, Amos, but it's the herd I'm worried about.
I know. They're scattered all over the valley and beyond. The weather is coming in real fast.
So what do you suggest, Amos? We leave the herd out there to be scattered by the storm and ourselves left here to die without a livelihood?
Can I help?
No, miss. If the men get caught out in that storm, they're gonna die.
And if we lose our herd, we'll all die, you stupid man.
Doesn't sound like we're left with much of a choice then. Come on, Amos. Round up your men. Let's get the herd.
Dang.
Dang.
Come on, Mr. Marston.
At least the clock
Hurry.
didn't fuck me over here.
That sky don't look good. I'm starting to think somebody up there's conspiring against me. Are you a religious man?
Not in any real sense. Sometimes I tell myself things happen for a reason. Like what brought me here was fate come a-calling. But nobody made my path but me.
We all need to look for answers somewhere. Some in big old books, others in big old bottles of whiskey.
Believing in some kind of divine purpose ain't gonna get me my wife and kid back. Past is who we are, Miss McFarland. There ain't no changing that. Faith is a luxury I can't afford.
We have 2 herds out grazing in different pastures. We'll need to merge them and bring them all back.
I think we can handle that.
The cows get real ornery in bad weather. It's more work, but I'll show you how to deal with them. It's gonna be difficult to talk in this weather. Stay close. We don't want to lose each other. Whoa!
Whoa! It's just kind of random. More herding, right?
Whoa there! Let's take them over to the other herd. We'll try to drive them all back to the ranch together.
Here we are again.
The storm's getting
More
worse.
herding.
What are you waiting for?
Near the old oak tree.
This is getting nasty. It's getting harder to see anything.
Easy.
Uh-oh. Oh, God.
Let's go.
Come on, Mr. Straggler. Don't you dare split the herd. Okay. Look, a little skunk on my horse. How dare you? Where are you going? Where are you going? Get back in the herd right now, little boy.
There's boots! We have to stop the stampeding! Do something!
Oh,
They're
God.
heading for the cliff!
Why did I get off my horse? What the fuck? I didn't press anything. Oh, God. Oh, my God. They're all gonna fucking fall off, aren't they? The game's gonna just fuck me over. Just take me off my horse. Pretend I did it. All I've been doing is leaning over and clicking the mic button. Oh, there they go! Ah! It's the saddest accordion I've ever heard.
Oh my God! They're running for the cliff!
Oh my God! That was funny. She didn't say, oh my God, she said, oh my God! Don't mind me, fellas. Just gonna, you know, hey, what's up? What am I supposed to do here? Hey, I'm in front. Stop it. Stop it. Get some help. Oh, they're turning, okay. They're going off the radar as I kind of discourage them from ending themselves. Oh, nope. Don't even think about it. What do you think you're doing? Nope. Come on, don't be like that. Think of all the hay there's left to graze on.
My, that was close. Now let's round up those stragglers and get out of here.
This isn't that bad. Maybe it's just my own like experience and skill with video games over time has gotten better, so I'm less averse to just kind of average quality missions, and I've somehow been experienced to like shit missions, so I know what they actually look like as opposed to complaining about things that are like a little annoying like this one.
I think that's all of them. Let's get it back to
Oh my God, 21 fucking cows. I was just thinking of the Green Day song, 21 Guns. I would sing a parody, but like, Jesus, I haven't heard that song in a long time, and I only heard it in the first place because it used to play on the radio. When was the last time you listened to the radio? I don't want you to tell me in the comments, I just want you to think about it. Because, like, man, what happened to the radio, am I right? It's still out there, you can still listen to the radio, but like, why would you? You know? I'm more of an album guy myself. I listen to a lot of music, and it's pretty much always like full albums rather than anything else. Alright, come on, it's just a rock, move around it. Oh, I don't know where they left, they're just like 20 feet in front of me, it's so hard to tell. Come on. Why are you going that way? Stop it. Maybe this is a bad mission after all. Who knows? I just realized I got sidetracked off of the fucking way back at Armadillo. I got sidetracked off of buying like the bandolier and the gun, which is what I was there for. So I just realized that. That feels bad, but whatever. I believe the next West Dickens mission is in Armadillo, so we'll just check that off the list when we get there.
What are you waiting for?
What do you mean what I'm waiting for? I'm waiting for these fucking cows. I got a beef with them.
You saved the herd back there. You might make a decent rancher one day.
Thank you, Miss McFarland.
Yeah.
Cows herded plus 21. Is that like a stat? Am I cool? There's another Bonnie mission. Whatever. We'll cut that video there. See you next time.